Okay, welcome guys. Myself Mr. Y.R. Thoke, Assistant Professor of Swami Vivekananda Junior College, Sirsundi. Last lecture we have discussed in the dihybrid cross, phenotypic ratio, then genotypic ratio. So now today we are also going to learn chapter number 3, inheritance and variation. Part number 3, Mendel's law of inheritance. Mendel is proposed the three main laws. First is the law of dominance, then law of segregation, and then the law of independent assortment. So today starts the Mendel's law of inheritance. So first of all, Mendel's law of inheritance. First law, law of dominance. There are the three major law of Mendel is described. First is the law of dominance. Then second was the law of segregation. Then third one is the law of independent assortment. Independent assortment. Three laws of the proposed in the Mendel. So Mendel's law or law of Mendel's, both are the similar. First is the law of dominance. Then in monohybrid and dihybrid crosses, the phenotypic characters are controlled by the discrete units called as the factors. The genetic terminology we have already discussed in the terms of genetics, and so factor, trait, dominant, recessive, phenotypic, genotype, etc. Okay, so first of all factors. Then in monohybrid and dihybrid process, the phenotypic characters are controlled by the discrete unit, and then the unit is called as the factors. Okay, then in a dissimilar pair of factors, one member of the pair is a dominant, that is called as the dominant, over the other is, that is the recessive. So dissimilar pair of factors, one member of the pair is a dominant, called as the, or that is the dominant, then the over other is, that is the recessive. Most of all pair of factors, but it is totally the dissimilar. But the dissimilar pair of factors, one member of the pair is a dominates, then dominates, that is the called as dominant, and other over, that is called as the recessive. Then the law of dominance is used to explain the expression of one of the parental characters of a monohybrid cross in F1 and the expression of the both in F2. So law of dominance is used as, what is the function of law of dominance, what is the uses of law of dominance. So first of all, law of dominance is used to express of any one of the parental characters of a monohybrid cross in F1 generation and the expression of the F2 generation. यानी कि law of dominance used in explain the expression of one or more one of the parental characters of the monohybrid cross in F1 generation as well as F2 generation. Then it is the use of law of dominance. Then the statement of law of dominance. What is the statements? Then which statements of law of dominance? Okay, let's see. When the two homozygous individuals with one or more sets of a contrasting characters are crossed, the alleles or characters that appear in F1 are dominant and those which do not appear in F1 are recessive. So it is the function of law of dominance and statements of the law of dominance. Let's listen one. Homozygous individuals with one or more set of contrasting characters. Homozygous individual with cross with the one or more sets of the contrasting characters are crossed. Then the alleles or characters that appear in F1 are dominant and those which do not appear in F1 are recessive. So first of all, already discussed in monohybrid. So contrasting characters, homozygous individuals in cross. So alleles characters that appear in F1, all F1 hybrids is monohybrid in dominant, then do not appear in F1 are recessive. Okay, then this is the statements of law of dominance. Then the second law, law of segregation, or such called as the law of purity of gametes, another one name of law of segregation. So this law is based on the fact that the alleles do not show maybe any blending, mixing, and both the alleles characters are recovered as such in the F2 generation. Through one of these is not seen at the F1 stage. So this law is based on the fact that is the alleles do not show any blending or mixing, and both the alleles characters are recovered as such in the F2 generation. Through one of these is do not seen at the F1 stage. So during the formation of gametes, these two alleles factors obviously separate or segregate, otherwise the recessive type will not appear in F2 generation. So formation during the process of formation of gametes, these two alleles or factors obviously separate or segregate from each parental set, otherwise recessive type will not appear in a F2. So formation of the gametes, in this process alleles or factors obviously separate or segregate to each other, similar like that the 2n, so y, capital Y, and the another one is a small y, but it is a segregate in the process of gametogenesis or gamete formation. Okay, formation of the gamete is get the separate or segregate to each other. Okay, so it is the process called as the gametogenesis, and the obviously gametes is separate or segregate, but otherwise recessive type will not appear in a F2 generation. So the gametes which are formed are always pure for a particular character or trait. So the formation of gametes, so in these gametes are formed are always pure for a particular character. So decided characters is a particular character, so pure character, but after the formation of gamete. So law of purity of gametes, another one statement of the law of segregation. Then a gamete may be carry either dominant or recessive factor, but not both. That's why it is called as a law of purity of gametes. So in this gamete may be carry either dominant or recessive factor, but not a both. After gamete formation, and in this gamete carry the process carry the factor of dominant or recessive. Okay, but do not both, only one here as well as dominant. So recessive are absent, but recessive are present, dominant are absent. Okay, carry either the dominant and recessive, but do not factors both are carry. Okay, only one factors are carry on. So that's why it is called as the law of purity of gametes. So called as the law of purity of gametes. Then the statement of law of segregation. Law of segregation statement. So the law of states that Mendel's law states that the when hybrid F1 forms, gametes the alleles segregate from each other and enter in a different gametes. Simple statements of the segregation of law of segregation. When hybrid F1 forms the gamete, F1 hybrid the formation of gametes, gametogenesis, then the alleles segregate from the each other. After the formation, gametes segregate to each other, separate to each other, and enter in a different gametes. Very easy and simple statements. Then the gamete form are pure in that they carry only one allele. Then each either dominant allele or recessive allele. In this gamete form pure, but they carry only one allele or factor. So each is either dominant or recessive, as well as dominant or the recessive. Only one gametes or allele is a carry, like as the similar. Maybe carry either dominant or recessive factor, but do not both, only one allele is a carry. Then hence this law is also described as the law of purity of gametes. So called as his law is described is a law of purity of gametes very easily. Then the third law of independent assortment. This law is based on the dihybrid cross. In this law is based on the dihybrid cross. Okay. Then this law is based on dihybrid cross. It is a basic principle of genetics developed by Mendel. So in this law is the total based on dihybrid cross. It is a basic principle of the genetics developed by Mendel. It's a basic principle of genetics developed by Mendel. It describes how different genes or alleles present on a separate chromosomes independently separate from each other during the formation of gametes. These alleles are then randomly united in a fertilization. So it is a describe how different genes or alleles present in a separate chromosomes independently separate from each other during the formation of gametes. Then these alleles are then randomly united in a fertilization. Then in dihybrid cross, F2 phenotypic ratio is 9:3:3:1 indicates that the two pairs of characters behave independent of each other. So dihybrid cross F2 phenotypic ratio 9:3:3:1. It's indicate that the two pairs of character dihybrid यानी कि two pairs of hybridization crossing between the parents. Then the two pairs of characters behave independent of each other. Then it can be concluded that the two characters under the consideration are assorted independently, giving rise to different combinations. So it can conclude that the two characters under the consideration are assorted independently, giving rise to different combinations. Okay. Then the statements of law of independent assortment. The law states that when hybrid possessing two or more pairs of contrasting factors alleles forms gamete, the factors in each pair segregate independently of other pair. यानी कि so the statement is very easily when hybrid processing two or more pairs of contrasting factors or alleles, two or more factors of contrasting characters alleles, okay, forms the gamete. The factors in each pair segregate independently of each other pair. Okay, after the formation of gametes, then the factors each pair segregate independently of other pair. Okay, then the total discussion of dominance, segregation, independent, total the law of Mendel's or Mendel's law. Okay, then thank you.